We're talking about a stock and, quite frankly, a whole home building sector, Jay, that has really been on fire despite all of the headwinds out there for the rest of the economy. Do you think that's going to continue based on what we learned tonight?
Yeah, we think so, and we're neutral rated on Lennar, but we are thinking that earnings tonight are going to come in about 20 cents or more ahead of consensus. We're at 373. We also think, from a volume perspective, that they're going to have more closings and more orders, which is kind of the initial sales contract that they sign. We think those are also going to beat consensus because what we've heard from the builders is that cycle times, which is the time from when you sign the contract to close a home, those have been coming down. And also we've heard that demand, even with these higher mortgage rates, has still held up. So we believe that's what we're going to see out of their results tonight.
I am curious, too, when we talk about, I guess, some of the longer term trends. I mean, we know that a lot of new home builders have really benefited from the tightness that we're seeing in the existing home sales space, the resale space, if you will, here. Do you see that persisting much longer term into the future?
It seems like it's going to stay that way. We continue to see existing home listings declining by mid 20% and more pretty much the entire summer. Actual inventories of homes for sale have shown the same type of declines. I'm not a rate forecaster, but I think if mortgage rates stay at this level, mid sevens for an extended period, that's just a disincentive for people to sell their home unless they absolutely have to. The good news for the home builders is that it's giving them essentially more shots at the consumer. New home listings in the first 2 decades of the 2000s, we're running about 10% of national home listings. And over the last, call it 6 to 12 months, new homes have been as much as 40% of national home listings. So Lennar and all the other builders that have great web presence, this is giving them more shots at the consumer and an opportunity, we think, to gain market share. Temporarily, possibly, but at least in the near term, gain some market share versus existing homes.
Jay, how much is Lennar having to discount prices or indeed pay down sort of mortgage rates? I understand that's something that these home builders can do as well.
It is. They haven't given us an exact percentage on the discounting, but I would say that a majority of the homes, they're either having to do some level of incentive, whether that's the mortgage rate buy down, which a lot of builders are using now. That's been a very successful tool at helping affordability. But then also we've heard from some of the other builders that they are giving incentives in terms of extra options in the house, because if people can afford the rate, whether it's a 6%, 7% rate, sometimes they're getting a little extra into the house. So yeah, what we think we're going to hear from them is that they're being fluid on both price and incentive to maintain pace. That's what Lennar likes to do, is maintain a sales pace using that pricing lever and rate buy downs if they need to.